Hello, I wanted to share with you a technique of walking Qigong. And I actually learned this from my dear friend about 20 years ago before I knew anything about Qigong. And then I began studying Tai Chi and Qigong, and I modified this form of walking. And this walking Qigong is known in China for having anti-cancer benefits and among many other health benefits. And it's very simple, and many people don't understand how it works. But I wanted to make a little video that people could watch and learn. And it basically works on a lot of the Tai Chi Qigong principles, where we work a lot with the feet. And you'll notice in Tai Chi, whenever we step, we never plop the foot down. We roll the foot. And in walking Qigong, we roll one foot from heel to toe. And we roll the back foot up at the same time. So you see, as I take a step, the heel goes first. And it rolls to the toe. At the same time, the back foot rolls up. So it's just like walking. However, in walking, you'll see sometimes we just walk like this. And we don't stimulate our feet so much. So you have many meridians going into the feet. You have the liver meridian, the gallbladder meridian, the kidney, the bladder. You have the stomach meridian and the spleen. So all these are connected with our feet. So you can imagine how important it is to stimulate the muscles in the feet. At the bottom of the foot is called the bubbling springs point. That's kidney 1. And that's where our feet connect with the earth chi. The field, magnetic field of energy of the earth travels up through that meridian at the ball of our foot. So often we don't stimulate our feet very well. We don't know what's going on in these muscles. And the feet have their own brain. And we want to connect the feet, we want to root them into the earth. So in order to do that, you move the muscles of the feet, and that stimulates the meridians. That affects the health. And that's part of why this practice is so healthy. So when I roll my foot, I roll it to the point to where my toes grip. I don't tighten my foot, I just roll it, and the toes grip kind of like a cat. And here, the toes are pressed so I can spring off. So it's really quite simple. All we do is roll, and we step and roll and step and roll. So you're just articulating the movement of the feet. Now, you can do it like this, and we'll get the movement in the feet, but we also want movement in the hips and the legs, because the meridians move up through the legs. And in the hip area, it's called the pelvis hip area is called the frozen gate. And the energy doesn't flow if we're stiff here. So if we walk very stiff, it's affecting not only our body, but our consciousness. And to have our energy open up more, we want to move our hips, we want to move our legs, so that the lower half of the body opens up. So when you do the movement, there's a little bit of a bounce. And while you're walking, it gets more subtle. So it's a down and an up. So just like in Tai Chi, Qigong, there's yin down, yang up. So you have the rising and the sinking. So you have a little bit of that, as opposed to this kind of a movement. Also, when the foot comes down, we don't plop it down. We want it to be soft. So you want to find this movement where you're kind of swinging the hips and rolling the feet. And you notice one foot's off the ground for a moment. And that's stimulating the hips. That's stimulating the feet. I'm feeling the full muscle in my feet rolling and connecting with the ground, grounding myself. So that's the lower body part. And the upper body part is just based on basic Qigong principles. As we walk, the arms naturally swing. And You might think, well, what's going on? I'm just swinging my arms. We're moving the shoulders a little bit, so we get a little movement in the upper body, left and right. But as the arms swing left and right, they're like tools. So as this comes up here, it's like scooping up qi, drawing it into the lower abdomen. So this is our bio battery where qi gets stored. So we're scooping here, and this hand connects like an antenna to the earth. And then this one comes up. So we have this scooping motion, and you'll see as this one turns, the other one turns. So there's a synchronicity. And this goes along with the stepping. And while we're doing this motion, it's very relaxed. You'll see that the hands, you let the hands and fingers relax. That's how you draw qi. They're soft and relaxed. And when it comes up, it's a slight flex in the palm that draws. It's sort of like a scooping. Then it comes down and relax. Up and down in opposite motion. And so you find a synchronicity. And movements are always gentle transitions in Qigong. So it's not so much like this. It's a gentle movement. We never lock the joints. So when we're moving, even though we're rising up, we're stretching up, but we're not tightening too tight. It's a little bit of a stretch up, sink down. Stretch up, sink down. And you get the rolling of the feet at the same time. And then you can kind of modify it as you're walking along. And this is a small space. And it doesn't have to be so exaggerated, but enough so you get the rolling of the feet and the sweeping of the hands. Now, one of the secrets is also the breath. And in the Qigong practice, we do reverse abdominal breathing, also known as contrary breathing. So when we inhale, it sort of draws the abdomen in. And when we exhale, it crunches it down. And it's not so much the belly as it is the lower abdomen area. So as we breathe out, it bulges out in the lower abdomen, below the navel. As we breathe in, it comes in. So you synchronize the rising and the sinking with the breath. And ultimately, you just are not thinking about the breath. It just kind of happens. And that's something you can integrate later as you get the movement down. But you can practice reverse abdominal breathing. Breathing in, breathing out, pushing down, drawing down. It's like you're compacting the qi, compacting the energy there into your battery, your life force. And then the movement works like a generator of energy. And you want to relax into it. Don't tighten or lock any joints. Just relax and go at your own pace. Now, it's traditionally taught in the Gaolin form that we breathe in 2 times as we take a step, and we breathe out 1 time. Breathe in 2 times, breathe out 1 time. So you can add that. I believe the women, they breathe in when they step with the right foot and breathe out with the left, is how it's taught. And the men breathe in from the right, breathe out. 2 breaths in. And they're gentle breaths. It's like you don't have to pull it in. 1, 2. So you don't want to tense when you draw in the breath. You want the breath to be relaxed. That's a very important element of Qigong. So that's just the basics of how you do walking Qigong. And you might play around with it, and you want to get this nice rhythm in your walk and a flow with the hands. And then feel the hands are scooping the qi, gathering the qi, drawing it here. Now you don't want the hand to throw the qi away. You can actually throw qi and lose qi. So you want this to be more like an antenna receiving the qi. Our hands are like tools for the qi. At the same time, when you're practicing, think of a thread drawing the head up, and think of the feet sinking down into the ground. And the tongue touches the upper roof, palate, because we have the two meridians that circulate around the body. So we have that connection with the tongue where the two meridians meet. So that's an important element in Qigong practice and meditation. And if you're walking outside, you can modify it slightly, and you can walk faster. But you get that movement in the feet. You get that motion drawing the qi up into your dantian. Sometimes we can draw it up higher, but it's a little trickier when you're putting it into the heart, because you don't want to put too much qi up here, but you can safely draw qi into the abdomen. Too much qi in the heart could be too much energy. But once in a while you can try a few drawing up to the heart as you swing. But I suggest not doing it continuously that way. So you'll see in China many people doing this practice for health and as a additional treatment to cancer. And of course, it has not been medically proven as a therapy, but it has been considered an additional therapy that can be used along with cancer treatment. But in general, the movement alone is designed for health. So before you start practicing this practice, we always relax the body and keep it straight and stand for a moment in relaxation. And in standing practice, we are sinking the feet into the ground, drawing the head up, and we just completely relax the body, no tension, and feel we're drawing in, breathing in from the legs, breathing in from the head, and then breathing out the arms and hands. And you can just relax the arms by the side just for a couple of minutes. And connecting your feet like a tree to the ground, and like a tree, the branches to the sky. Your head is a receptor for the heaven qi, feet for the earth qi. And then just feel the sensitivity developing in your hands. Take a moment to relax the body consciously. And then breathe into the abdomen. And then breathe out as if you're pushing down into the feet. Breathe into the abdomen. Expand it, holding the breath. Breathe out and down. Breathe in. And breathe out. Once again, breathe in, expand, contract, breathe out. And then just put your palm over your abdomen, both the palms together, and over the lower abdomen, and just breathe, drawing the diaphragm in, exhaling, compacting it down to the abdomen. And that prepares you for the practice. So you can do that for a few minutes and then just do the walking. In all Qigong practice, we don't want to have tension in the body. We want to relax mentally and physically. We want to be at ease. It's a very important aspect of it. So you want to get the form down, and then you want to relax into it. And you can practice on your own. I hope this was helpful. Anyhow, thank you for joining us, and we'll have some more videos in the near future.